Hello everyone, welcome to more Let's Play Citizen Sleeper 2. I almost said Yakuza Like a Dragon. That Let's Play is finished premiering by the time this recording session is happening. Last time on Citizen Sleeper 2, we did quite a fair bit. Hi Graham. And I broke down and cried. So that was fun. I think this might be the first Let's Play to actually make me cry. But we also have a shitload of points, so we're going to put those into something. Say we put them into one of these. Maybe my main skill? I don't know. I'd rather be, like, balanced out and getting other things, so I'll go with my... I'll go with my intuition, because that's what I focused on the last game, so I might as well, like, keep that going. Okay, find the fraction chip. Investigate the hex port. And recon Darkside. Hi, Connor. Also, I'm likely going to be playing more of this in the future for a couple of reasons. One, I want to stream more on Sundays. I usually only do it on Saturdays. Two, this game is probably going to leave... It's not probably, but like it has a chance of leaving Game Pass next month in January. Oh, spoilers. You'll see it on YouTube if you watch the Let's Play. I don't know when that'll start premiering, probably like February next year, but... last time we had a stray fell beast on our ship, and it turns out it was a cat. And then I got really sad, and broke down thinking of my own cat, and now he's no longer with me. My girlfriend was with me in the stream, and she was actually there to comfort me and make me feel better, so that was nice. I did like that, but I was still crying a lot. Yeah, that's last week though. That's not your fault. I think they said last time I was going to help Eugene with the fraction chip. I think Hexport will be the most important thing, so I want to save that for later. I wasn't here to help you this time. I understand how difficult that is. Yeah, it's not a fun time. Eugen is on the trail of an inter-system ship. Find it and you could leave the Hellion system forever, but is it a myth? Ooh. The thing is, I don't want to leave because I have so much I want to do still. Also, I'm not leaving without fucking supplies, holy hell. You're not supplies? Are you supplies? You're supplies, okay. I don't see the point in working anyway, because we have plenty of money. I mean, I can work here, I guess. No, I can't. I don't need a meal, but I'll take one anyway to be safe. Because I think it'll just alleviate the stress. Yeah. So where are we going? Oh! Oh, that is a long fly away. So we'll have to drop by the scatter yards first, I think? We can only get to the dock side from this end. I don't know if I've been to the scatter yards. Hopefully they're fuel. Oh, okay. We haven't been to the scatter yards because otherwise this one had popped up. The winking sigils of the yards flash across the dock's starscape of the belt, each one a siren light for crews in need of repairs or eager for improvements. The scatter yards live up to their reputation. But Seraphin will not be drawn by the lights. He guides the ship into an empty, ragged-looking yard, darker and more frame than plate. It looks rougher than any of the others. Seraphin? Maybe we want to dock somewhere a little more welcoming? We aren't that hard up, listeners to you. Or are we worse off than I thought, Sleeper? Best shipwrights rarely have the brightest signs. Thought you'd know that, Bliss. Seraphin reaches up and flicks a set of switches above his head. Marco's the best in the scatter yards. The best, or just the best you know? Bliss gives him a skeptical look. You'll see, Seraphin smiles widely, shutting off the main console and unclipping from the pilot seat. We're safe here, Seraphin says to you. No need to run from Lane for a while, he'll never find us in Marco's yard. It'll be nice to have a break from running. Or nice to have break, according to the dialogue there. Junie floats at the dock, at the back of the cockpit. I hear the Scatter Yards has some good data analysis terminals on the hub. Junie glances at you. If you can spare me. And I glides into the cockpit. I like that all my crew members are just popping up. We here? Femi loves this place. She glances at you with a smile. All these grumpy spaces waiting on repairs, I think it fits his temperament, probably. You follow Seraphin as he glides eagerly to the airlock. You and Bliss exchange glances. Both of you are used to Seraphin's headstrong moments, yet you still can't help but feel that no familiar pull of someone else's problems. Marco! Seraphin opens his arms to the figure coming through the cycling airlock. Marco, street smart shipfitter and Seraphin's friend. Ben! Marco floats through the doorway, a crooked smile across his pale face, his sharp eyes glinting in the rig's bright work lights. That is a unique bowl cut, to say the least. Soon embracing more of a chest bump than a hug, Seraphin spinning with the momentum of the impact to end with his arm across Marco's shoulder, the two side by side grinning. You notice Marco's eyes quickly falling on you, a slight narrowing suggesting he has immediate thoughts about your presence. So, this is who you're flying with now, Finn? Marco shoots you a wink, his expression shifting to conceal his previous curiosity or concern. You're not a robo-racist, are you, dude? I immediately don't like him. Bliss, they introduce themselves curtly. You two used to be on a crew together, I assume? Me and Finn? No, we're just drinking buddies. Marco's response provokes a laugh from Seraphin, some kind of joke you can't quite catch the tone of. Marco turns his attention to you, and a sleeper, he smiles. My condolences. It's a damn crime what those corporations do to you, but at least you're out, huh? Hasn't got much easier. Marco shrugs. The belt can be unforgiving. I know that myself. Marco turns back to Seraphin. It's been too long, Finn. Not flying with old Betty anymore? You immediately see the reaction in Seraphin, his entire being tightening without anything more than a shudder to signify it. No, that's long done. Marco shrugs. That's the way they're built. He shakes Seraphin by the shoulder. Come on then, enough lurching around in this drafty old thing, let's get a drink. Marco turns his attention to you. Feel free to make yourself at home in the yard, I'll take a little fuel. Oh, thank you, we actually need some. I've got loads of the stuff and it's been quiet for more than a few cycles, happy to spare some for a friend. He steers Seraphin down the docking tunnel, waving hands and calling to you and calling back. I'll have him home in a cycle or two. His laughter echoes down the tunnel as they leave. Bliss turns to you. I'm gonna go dig around the other yards for some components that Rick could do with as well. You got things to do? You think of Cadet and wonder if she found her way here to the Scatter Yards. Oh yeah, I forgot you were supposed to come here. I accidentally just put somebody through hell? Okay. Yeah. To extract the data on the Hexport drive, the only way to know would be to find her. I mean, if we do, I'd like to get another crew member. Seraphin's words echo in your mind, his insistence that the only way to escape Lane is to beat him on his home turf. With Darkseid just sunward of the Scatter Yards, this might be the perfect platform from which to attempt such a wild and dangerous plan. I got what you mean, yeah. Sleeper? Bliss brings you out of your thoughts. I hate it when you do that. Just take care out there, okay? They drift off down the docking tunnel, leaving you in the airlock. It seems the next step is up to you. Okay, well there's the rig, Marco's yard. Ooh, it's kind of cool to see like all this disconnected stuff. And the red lights guiding us. And like, they put a lot of thought into the world of the previous game, but considering how much more expensive the sequel is. And by the way, I recently found out, because I was trying to find like walkthroughs, well not walkthroughs, but like playthroughs of how much longer this game would be. This game doesn't need a walkthrough really. Like, it's pretty easy to navigate, but like, I was trying to find playthroughs of how much longer it would take me to beat this game. And a suggested video was like a D&D campaign, but using the art that, like this game uses. Which to me is a fucking interesting concept. But we have to go to Marco's yard. Oh, I think we do. Oh, 2 cycles, right. Okay, drinking Buddy, Seraphin and Marco are off and some Scatter Yards dive, catching up. You hope Marco returns your pilot in working order. I doubt it. Transit hub, Scatter Yard Central Terminal. Follow the markers. On every wall of the hub there are scrawled alphanumeric markers that act as signs for the shiplifters. sorry, ship fitters, if you can understand them. Shop talk. There's no faster way to get to know ship fitters than to chat about their complex work. It does require a certain knowledge base, though. Among the yards, scattered mess of independent shipyards around a central transit hub. Around a central transit hub, the yards are a particularly difficult place for outsiders. Well, let's just cash in on this shit. Easy peasy. Scatter yards. Clustered shipyards. Hey, you hear the voice echoing through the public passage. Wait up. I am glad to see you. Kid Dad, it's great to see you. Can I please have your air bike? I don't really need it, I just want one. Cadet sweeps her hair out of her eyes and then glances up and down the corridor. This is not my kind of station. Cadet rolls straight into her complaints. All the yards have their own water and facilities, meaning the hub here is not fit for general use. Salute general use. There's a couple of guest houses, but you would not believe the state of them with all the spaces that stop here for shore leave, she shudders. You don't want to know. Hi, Cadet. Hi, yeah, she blinks at you. Are you even listening? I'm just happy to see you. So get this, Cadet locks her fingers together and stretches her arms. That girl of mine I said could crack anything, she's gone. Didn't even leave a note. Rented oxide, maybe? Not that I blame her, given the state of this place. She looked sideways at the grubby walls. She left her workshop empty, though, so I slipped in. That's where I've been napping. I've been doing my best all these cycles to crack that drive, but, she sighs, I'm a spindlejack, not a data scraper. Well, which is why I'm happy to see you, she takes a breath. Telling you, I have not spoken to anyone in a long time. She runs her hand through her hair. Yeah, what about the alert they put on you? Oh, accidentally pressed A again. Doesn't seem to stretch too far at the spindle, but I've been careful. She glances around, hence the not talking to anyone anxious bit. Look, I'm in over my head here. Cadet looks away, annoyed at herself. How about you come down to the workshop, we've put our heads together and see what we can pull out. I just know there's some nasty shit on that drive. Stuff worth getting out into the light, Cadet says to Jaw. Nasty enough for them to ruin my life over. I mean, I really don't have too much going on, so yeah, I'll help. Cadet smiles for a moment, then it's gone. Alrighty then. The workshop is in the tech cluster, you'll see it. She sighs. She sighs. Now I've got to go find something to eat that isn't dried. She turns and disappears back down the passageway. I mean, good luck. Most of the food in these games is like mushrooms or kelp. Okay, oh, we have 4 things to look at. Lovely. And Surya's Yard. I want to check what this is about. Ship fitter's mate. New workers at Surya's Yard are given the toughest job. As a mate, you are expected to keep the fitters supplied with competent and spit. Junior ship fitter as a low-level ship fitter. These are both dangerous ones, by the way, as well, so the risk factor is quite high. You're expected to do the hardest and most tedious welds to show your worth to Surya. Surya's eye. Surya watches his yard carefully, keeping an eye on all the work that goes on there. He's not easily impressed. He doesn't sound like it, to be honest. Let's see what these are. Fabricator Bay. Component construction tools. Pay bay usage fee. The engine component fabricators in the hub are for ship fitters only, so they ask for a one-time fee to dissuade casual use. I've got the cryo? Why not? Sorry, my mom got very excited about something. I was distracted. Build engine components. Even with a specialized fabricator, component construction is a delicate act. Only the most skilled can produce a rare, error-free components. Component errors. The more errors a component has in its construction, the less valuable it will be. Even enough errors and it's worthless. Only 2, and same for component craft. Takes time and skill to build engine components. Any errors will impact the outcome. Right. Well, let's look at the spent drive. Ship fitter, food and drink. Buy a meal. Ship fitters aren't exactly known for their delicate tastes, so all you'll get is a high glucose artificial ration in a sealed pouch. So that's where to get food. That's construction something. I'm assuming that's where I can get money. Cadet's workshop and the yard supply. Awesome. Okay. Well, we need the fuel, so give me the fuel. Thank you. Let's check out Cadet's workshop. Hang on, what did it say? Data scraping unit, right. But she specified she wasn't a data scraper, she's a spindlejack. I don't know what either of those are. Identify passcodes. If you can work out through guesswork and analysis what the passcodes are, you can access the drive. And break encryption. I have like the right thing for both of these two. So it should be fine. Breaking the encryption directly takes skill, but is the most direct route to the data, and dark data. The drive is encrypted, but with the tools in Cadet's friend's workshop, you will have a chance of cracking it. Well, I have 1 dice. I have 2. But I don't see why not. That's probably why not. Let's use that glitch one just because. Of course, that was a bad idea. So now I need the food. Imagine that being your food, just a packet of sugar. Oh, I forgot I can feed the cat. Now that you're familiar with the stray, you can feed her directly, but she's still a little nervous around you and the crew. We should name the cat. I'm trying to think. It's a black cat. I'm trying to think of a good name for it. It's got to be a sort of girly name too, because it's a lady cat. So I'm gonna go for Viola. Yeah, Viola. I like that name. You put supplies into the special feeder bliss setup. The stray waits until you are outside the room to come and eat. Okay. The rig engine. To upgrade the ship's range, the engine will need an overhaul to squeeze more power out of the turbines. That means new components. Right, I think that's how I get the scrap then. I need 1 more. Making milk from the supplies yet. I shouldn't have to recheck this stuff. And the repairs? Oh, that's only for broken toys. Okay. Well, let's end this cycle. Oh, we're right back here. Okay. I was not expecting that. You know, let's take care of this first, because I want to see what this is about. Oh, so is it like a 50-50? Oh! Right, but if I get a neutral... Oh, do I risk that? Don't think I should. Oh no. Okay, alright, I'm gonna push that back a bit. Okay. I may as well use this. That was dumb. Well, now I'm running low on money, which is not good. And I'm always going to feed the cat. You know, I was tasked specifically with looking after the cat. I'm going to look after the fucking cat. Sleeper! Seraphine's voice echoes through the ship. You in here? You glide down to the airlock, unsure of what state you're about to find your pilot in. Seraphine floats in the airlock, his arms above his head, gripping the lip of the interior door to hold himself in place. Come on, we need to talk. There's a straight-faced seriousness to Seraphine you weren't expecting, especially considering that he spent the past cycle with Marco. You in trouble already? Seraphine shakes his head. I'm not messing around, just come. Seraphim leads you across the bridge, but rather than turn towards the automated shuttle bay that connects Marco's yacht to the rest of the assembly, he leads you deeper into the guts of the yacht itself. As he does, he begins to speak. Hang about. I did not realize how fucking bad the music was. I do like it, but we're gonna... There you go. Just sort that out. I told Marco about Lane, about our escape, about everything. Seraphim ducks under a large pipe. He gets it. He's worked in Dockside. I'm gonna let him cook. He comes to a sealed door and hammers in an entry code. Somewhere machines start whirring. Remembering Wellspring after everything what I said, Seraphim turns to face you. Sorry about that. I'm back. Because, yeah, my mum came upstairs to use the bathroom and then talked to me about a bunch of random bullshit. Anyway. That we can't run forever? I mean, he folds his arms. That will always be true, but no, he meets Joy. That, if we want to be free, we need to fight back. The door suddenly squeals as the ancient motors kick in and drag it across its corroded tracks. It reveals a large half-lit chamber, its furthest parts masked with layers of scaffolding and frames, so it is hard to tell where the room actually ends. At the center, in a pool of warm light, Markov lies beside a terminal screen. Sleeper, he touches his brow in a mock salute as you enter. What happened to being drinking buddies? We got all the drinking on the last cycle, Marco smiles. The second cycle was all about problem solving. You hear the door you entered through screech shut, and then a sudden silence descends. Sorry to drag you out here, Sleeper, but I really can't be overheard on this one, he sighs. We're close to Dockside here, and Utsubo have ambition, shall we say, in the scatter yards. Finn told me the whole story, and I am sorry for your troubles. He clasps his hands together. You have done well to evade Lane this far, but you must understand he's also been distracted. Well, we saw the distraction. We found a sister. Alright, there shouldn't be much of a distraction. Since export went up, well, Dockside has been in crisis. If the war was the pressure shift that allowed Utsubo to build strength, export was the breach to blow it wide open. Marco springs his hands apart. Export's their justification for imposing total control in the name of protection. Marco glances away into a dark corner of the room, pardon me. And if my hunch is right, it's how they will extend their reach to the scatter yards. Where is this going, Marco? Marco laughs and looks at Seraphim. Straight to business, this one. I am done ring sleeper, Seraphim cuts in. I hate looking over my shoulder every cycle. I hate the nightmares, the fear. I want to face this head on for better or worse. He looks away, scowling. I won't be controlled by Lane, and this is our chance to break that control. Lane is hunting you, Sleeper, which means he is not in Darkside. Marco raises an eyebrow. This is good for you. There are people in Darkside resisting Utsubo, though I hear it is not going well for them. If you could find them, find out what they need, there is a chance here, Marco pauses, and you get the feeling he's assessing your reaction. Maven once said embrace the suck. Indeed, embrace the suck. Taking action is a choice right now, Sleeper. But soon it won't be. Seraphim glances at Marco. Not if what Marco is telling me is true. Let's do this on our own terms. Well, what do we need to do? Seraphim meets your eye with conviction. Thank you, Sleeper. I know we can do this. Let's not get ahead of ourselves, Marco interrupts. I will need some time to work this out. If you two want to go to Darkside, there is no way you can take that solemn rig. It was a big enough risk just to bring it here. He glances at Seraphim, and you get the feeling he has already been reprimanded for this. That accidental double tap again. So I need you to find a way in and a way out. Marco rubs his hands together. I know it can be done. Marco turns to you. I recommend you take the next few cycles to prepare. The scatter yards are a good place to both spend and make cryo depending on your need. And Finn, Marco puts a hand on his friend's shoulder, try to stay cool. This will be recon only. A chance to see what's happening on Darkside and make your connections. It is not the time for grand gestures. Thank you, Marco. He glances at you. We'll keep things quiet until you're ready. You and Seraphim leave the hidden bay, the door screeching up until you're able to exit. When it seals once more, Seraphim turns to you. This is our chance to shift things, Sleeper. Let's keep our heads in the game. Yeah, genuinely, can we trust Marco? Because I'm not entirely sure that I do. Seraphim sighs. I believe we can, but in case you haven't noticed, we don't have many allies this close to Darkside anyway. We need to trust Marco. We should give him some time. I've got a few things I want to take care of in the scatter yards, and I want to get a message to Tala. Message to Tala. I knew she would want to hear from me before he trails off. Let's make sure we're ready. Keep your head up, sleeper. I'll see you on the rig. And with that, Seraphim kicks off down the passage on his way to the shuttle dock. You watch him go, unsure if you're impressed or concerned about his headstrong nature. Either way, things are in motion. The only thing you can do now is give yourself the best chance of success. One can only hope. Ooh, new locazione. Is it here? No. The difficult thing with this is that you can only move in one direction. Anyway, let's just use this and get this out of the way. Yay! Engine. Oh, I can. Yay! Awesome! I can upgrade it now. Yeah, I got the stuff. Might as well. Let's carefully slot the components into the prepared drive. The engine is improved as much as you're able to. Yay! We did it! I think this is my best place to work. Yeah. Alright. Please be good. Thank you for being good. Please also be good. Less good. Eat? Kind? Okay, I'll take it. Do I use my glitch die? Ah, fuck it. Also, we have more fuel capacity now as well. That was a bad idea. And I lost cryo because of it too. No, I got cryo. Okay, I'm not going to buy supplies yet. I want to wait until we're fully out from giving them to the cat. Because we're going to keep feeding the kitty. Pardon me. Oh, hello. Hang on. Finishing my water. You wake to something soft and furry rubbing against your nose. You sit bolt upright. The stray kicks off from your bunk and settles on the ceiling, back curled up, looking down at you accusingly with those big eyes. Sorry. The stray gently pushes off the ceiling with a soft paw and descends to the edge of your bunk, where it hooks its front claws into the mattress pad. Seeing the cat move into zero G is still odd. It seems to come naturally to it, and yet its shape is so connected to gravity and weight in your mind. I mean, cats are basically just liquid. A cat should have the heavy, soft form of a mammal, not the languid, liquid presence of the floating thing in front of you. Again, cats, they're like 90% water. Have you ever seen a cat fit in like a really small glass fish bowl? It's uncanny. I've not seen it happen in real life, but I've seen it happen in pictures. Without Photoshop. Like, they're just squish. The stray uses its hook claws to twist and spin itself, so it softly slides against you with its back, rubbing against your arm and purring. You know what that means. Pet? You run a hand down its back and it shifts its spine in a fluid motion of appreciation. The stray closes its eyes and purrs. I was gonna go for the ear scratch because I used to do that to Hero all the time. It's funny to think how the stray got out here. Perhaps on a ship from the Inner System, slipping on at the Eye or Sintra. This is the first time we've heard of Sintra, I think. I don't even think that was in a previous game. And before that, its ancestors were perhaps carried out to Hellion by Solheim executives who had the power and arrogance to bring a cat into space. But this cat, the one in your ship, was born here. That much is obvious. It is a creature of zero gravity, and a being that orbits and glides, not one that leaps and stalks. It pats at your hand, encouraging you to continue petting. Oh, you pet that kitty. It is an animal that is part of the crew now. You can't imagine the rig without her. As you look down at the stray, as nameless and inhuman as you are, the memory returns. Hang on. Have a cup of tea, I got a drink. The warmth of atmosphere filtered sun, the weight of flesh and fur, the smell of growing things. That was my mug accidentally brushing against the microphone. You know now what this memory is. It couldn't be more obvious. It is a memory that crossed the gap of your creation, a memory from the mind that was copied and emulated to make your own. Yeah, it's part of me. The memory is, in the end, a mistake. Those who designed the sleepers never intended you to carry out the memories of the minds that were copied for your creation. They wanted you to emerge as new beings, offshoots from the branch of a human's life to be cut short when needed. But mistakes can so often become the most powerful and meaningful of emblems. They can guide a being more strongly than any success ever could. That's because at the heart of every mistake is the possibility of change, of a shift in the status quo. You have lived a life of mistakes as much as life of successes, and look where it has brought you. It's mostly the dice. Also in real life it's mostly mistakes. So you accept the memory, let it wash over you like the sun. You focus on the street, kitty, and as you do, both memories combine. You are stroking both cats, separated by time and space, feeling both sets of sensations, double exposure. This doubling is what defines you. You are multiple, branched, diverse. You make no apologies for this, and you know that you will only accumulate more selves, more variants as you persist. You claim the mistake and the possibility it offers you. You settle in your birth, delaying the moment of waking of greeting the cycle a little longer, sharing an unspoken solidarity with a stray that is more expensive than any words could capture. Again, like, I feel like sort of comparing what I went through with Hero. I wasn't doing it deliberately last time, especially because the first game came out 2 years before my cat died. But, like, this is kind of, like, odd. Okay, just need a neutral at the very least. Yet. Why you gotta do me like that, game? Come on. Funny. Really? Damn it, imagine if that worked. It just became like a spite thing. No, we don't need that, we need, although it's good to know that we can keep using that place to make more ship components, should we need them. We're good on fuel. Fuel supply up. Excuse me. Oh god, okay. Also, the fucking air bubble's bothering me, so I'm just gonna leave it out. Let my hair down. You find Seraphin and Marco waiting for you in the hidden room where you met before. They're chatting quietly, their shadows casted across the scaffolding by a small lamp. Sleeper, Marco's got something good, he nods to Marco. Tell them. Marco gives you a nod as you look at him, his mood quiet conspiratorial. I don't know if it is as good as Finn thinks, but it is an opening. I heard back from a friend of mine who runs a yard on the edge of the cluster, a fair way out from here. Smart guy. He makes a steady profit off selling fuel to freight crews on their way into Dockside. He undercuts the Dockside dockyard fuel prices, which includes a cut for Utsubo, so they stop off at his place to fill up before heading in. Marco smiles. Clearly, this is kind of business. I mean, if you wanna find the rat, you gotta be with the rat, I guess. Marco is a quite rat-like guy, I would say. This guy here owes me a favour, and I'm gonna call it in. You can get a few of us onto a freight crew, swap us out from the usuals to stay at his place and let him have a few drinks on him. The crew, meaning us, will deliver the freight, complete with a stopover for cargo loading and dockside, he smiles, which is when you do what you need to do. We'll have as long as we need, but the more time we spend there, the more likely they'll discover us. Marco looks at you. We'll keep our heads down, sleeping it on the freighter. Then, once we're done and the freight is loaded, we take it on out again. Return to my friend's yard and swap the crews back. He shrugs, emphasizing the simplicity of the plan. No one will ever know we were there. See? It's good, Seraphim nods. It'll work, right? What if they check the crew list? What, on the manifest? Not gonna happen. And who's to say you want the names on the list? This is the belt. Seraphim looks concerned. It's gonna be tight, but I reckon you can get what you need in time. Make some connections with whoever is resisting Utsubo. Get an idea of their operation, look for weaknesses. You'll have to be quiet, Finn. Marco gives you both a warning look. No noise, no attention. This can quickly become a one-way ticket. Ah, a little note of the previous game, I'm assuming. Seraphim turns to you. Think you can handle that? Yeah, I'm not sure. Seraphim and Marco exchange concerned glances. What aren't they telling you? Oh, okay, that was the right option, apparently. I thought it was just a, like, point and return thing. There's one more thing, Sleeper. Seraphim looks down. Someone needs to stay with the rig. Someone who can pilot it if there's any attention at the yard. He meets your eye. It has to be like this. I'm sorry. I'll be going in with you. Marco puts a reassuring hand on your shoulder. I know, Darkside. I will guide you all the way in and all the way out. There'll be room for one more on the crew. I'll leave who that is to you. Nice rhyming. But let me give you some advice. He leans in closer. You better be sure you really trust anybody you take on this one. You look between the two of them. Just you and Marco might be the safer option. The fewer people, the less likely it is to give yourselves away again. Thank you for the proper application of the word less and fewer game. I appreciate it. But then, if Marco doesn't keep up his end of the bargain, you'll want all the backup you can get. The other problem is that we have to go right away. You see the rising tension in Marco's face. The freight is arriving the cycle. Seraphim turns to you. I'm sorry I can't come, Sleeper, but we need to do this now. Then let's go. Let's go then. Let's do this. Seraphim nods, his expression dark. I'll be ready whenever you need. Just give me the word and we'll head out to my friend's yard, Marco sighs. We keep this tight and nothing needs to go wrong. His words echo in your mind as you leave the hidden room, a creeping doubt settling itself into the pit of your stomach. This is it. Time to go back to Darkside. We will. I mean, not now. Because first we're gonna get up with this. There we go. That's some quality work you've been doing. The voice booms through the locker room after your ship fit to shift. But why are you doing grunt work, Sleeper? Hi, Surya. Oh, I like your robot arm. He's a savvy ship fitter. You don't see a large man with a metal arm and bright patterned clothes. You've spent enough time here to immediately know this is Surya. I will be honest, with that name, I thought it was going to be a woman. Owner of the yard and well-known ship fitter. Well, Surya wipes his one metallic hand on a cloth, polishing his painted surface. What do you have to say for yourself? I didn't really need the money. I was actually quite well. I need the money now. Yeah, but I'll be nice. I wanted to meet you. Surya smiles. Well, I'm here, aren't I? I know a lot of what happens in the shipyard, scatteryard, Sleeper, and what I don't know, people tell me. He smiles proudly. And I know you have a ship. Someone who has a ship, especially a ship like yours, should not be looking around my work as tools. Surya flexes his artificial arm, inspecting it. That, to a person like me, is a waste. Ships cost quite a run. True, all the more reasons to really use them though, isn't it? I went to take a look at your ship, Sleeper. Surya goes back to working on the hands. Call it professional curiosity. It's a bit drab. Surya looks up and meets your eye. An old Solheim rig. Still in corporate colours. He shakes his head. No. I feel like that's your problem. People want a crew that looks the part. An outfit with an outfit, he grins. I like this guy. Look at my yard. I grew it from a chunk of scrap by showing people I was professional. I had standards. I made Surya's yard recognizable. Your problem is you are working as a ship fitter's mate when you should be imagining much more for yourself and your crew. Surya smiles. And so that got me thinking. I want to help you to clean it with that old rig, paint it up, give it some colour. He tucks the cloth away in his tool belt. How does that sound? You know what? I didn't think we'd ever get this option, so I may as well accept the offer. Perfect, Surya Booms. The thing is, you don't just slap some paint on an old rig like that, and for this to work, we need it to look to reflect your crew, your style. So while I'm happy to do the painting, this is Pimp My Ship. That's all this is. So while I'm happy to do the painting with my team, I'll need you to find some inspiration. Surya looks away towards the locker room's long window. Luckily, the belt is full of it, full of pattern and texture and style. There's nothing uniform about this place, and it's the better for it. Surya looks back at you. You need to go out there, find some views, some sights, and make your own designs. Here. He proudly pulls a small slate from his tool bag. It has a 64 colour screen. I fixed it up myself. You take and inspect the slate made from mismatched pieces, but elegantly so. So what you find to inspire you. Sorry, see what you find to inspire you. He smiles. Then come see me again. Where should I go? Far Spindle would be a good place to start. Colourful, bright places, I think. That rig is drab enough. I can see what you're thinking. You're thinking, what's in it for me financially? Sorry, I eyes you carefully. How does this make you any chits? That's the other part of the proposal. While you take this voyage around the belt, you can do something for me and get paid for it. Free of charge, I will paint your rig with the look and name of the yard here. Surya's yard. It commands respect, he nods sagely. You take that name to the rest of the belt, represent it, and on your travels, spread it to other crews. For this, I will pay you 300 cryo. Not a bad deal. It's mutually beneficial. You'll learn better doing this than any yard work, and I get increased custom. What's not to like? Surya waits your response calmly, but you feel his expectant eyes on you. Yeah, I like the colours of yours. It's a deal. Wonderful, Surya beams. I will send my team over immediately. By the time you return to your rig, they should be done. He reaches into his work pouch. Here, 150 cryo now. He takes a handful of high-value chits, another 150 when you return with those designs. Well, that's not what we agreed. I'm sure you understand, he answered the chits. I need to be positive you don't repaint the ship before your pilgrimage is done. It's only fair. Keep the slate. He waves an arm at you to put it away. Go find inspiration, bring me those designs. I don't want to see you back in the shipyard, you need to be out there. Surya smiles. It was a pleasure, and before you can say anything else, he's gone. Time to find out what his crew have done to the rig. Rig paint removal. The painters can return your rig to its old paint, but you'll have to pay them extra to convince them. Surya won't be happy. What? How does it look? Oh, you know what? It's not bad. Yeah, the blue and orange. I kind of don't hate it. Like, weirdly, I'm fine with it. Okay, I was gonna go after the fraction chip. No, what was I gonna do? Was it that? Oh, right, the recon. Oh, I can't do anything else. Shit, okay. Well, let's get some supplies first, just to be safe. Sorry, I can't feed the cat right now. I mean, I want to. No, I think we were going to investigate export was what we were going to do. But this has suddenly become a major thing, so we kind of have to look at it. Darkside Recon, isolated job for freighter meet. Marco is a friend who'll get you and your crew on a freighter headed to Darkside. Once you're there, you can investigate Utsubo and find a weakness. So we have to take Marco with us. And I think for balance we should take... Oof. Hang on. Hang on, what am I good at? Intuition and interface. So I need someone good at endurance, engaging, and engineer. I think... Hang on, sorry. I think Marco's good at the same things as me. I believe so, yeah. Okay. Can only take one other person, though. And I think I'll take... I think to be safe we should take Eugen, because he's the only one with any, like, endurance skills. Oh, wow, okay, well. Alright then. My options were kinda limited. Especially because me and Marco have the same skills. The freighter hangs over the ragged shipyard as the rig idles in the dock. Your eyes trace the fuel line snaking out to its underside where they disappear into the dark. The chirp from the pilot's console breaks the silence. Marco signal. This is it, Sleeper. Seraphim settles back from the controls of the rig. He looks over his shoulder at you. You better get going. I get too bored. Hang on. No, honestly, I'm still not sure. Marco solid and says the plan. Don't overthink it. Seraphim gives you a nod. You glide towards the back of the cockpit. Seraphim clears his throat. Just don't do anything reckless, alright? As you float down the corridor towards the airlock, Marco comes to meet you. His usual gear swapped out for a plain set of overalls. Oh, it has! No, it hasn't swapped. That you imagine are borrowed from a freighter crew. You ready to go, Sleeper? The crew we're replacing are already in the yard, so the sooner we get on board, the better. He gives you a look. How are you feeling? Still concerned. I still have doubts. But no need to be. This is the simple part. He pats you on the shoulder as you cross into the airlock. Yeah, thanks, dude. The airlock cycles and Marco leads you into the yard through a series of shadowy passages that connect the two docking bridges. There's the time, Sleeper, Marco says as you work your way through the yard. Any questions, any concerns? Speak up now. Will we have to pass any checks? Marco shrugs. This freighter is a known ship to Utsubo. It makes its route on a regular basis. They have no reason to suspect it. You reach a vertical tunnel and start ascending. At the docks, we'll probably have to give some enforcers a nod and a smile, but that's it. You come out at the entrance to the docking tunnel, the freighter filling the viewing window so all you can see are the plates of its scratched hull. What's up, Captain? Eugen's waiting for you by the docking bridge, squeezed into an ill-fitting set of crew overalls. Like the undercover look? I mean, to be fair, Eugen's a bit of a chunky boy. Bit snug. He holds out his arms to show the short sleeves. Yeah, it turns out the crew are all a bit small, he smiles. I'm used to it. He bows a little and gestures to the docking bridge. After you. You hit the button to open the doors and glide towards the freighter's airlock. As you do, the fear settles in. You're going back to dockside. Dockside sprawls out across the starscape. Its surface a vast and random accumulation of structures, lights and signs. You have watched it as the freighter cut across the belt as it grew cycle by cycle, like a stain across the cockpit glass. Watching it approach, the fragmented memories of your time there pass through your mind, each one dissolving the moment you try to focus on it. Only the sensations remain. Despair, claustrophobia, fear, all somehow strengthened by their disconnected nature. It's as if by not being attached to specific memories, they can run free through your mind, as alive as they were in the first moment of feeling. Instruction received. Appreciate it. Marco's in the pilot seat, talking to the port authority. Incoming to strut 2-3. He turns back to you, clicking off the outgoing comms channel. First step complete. You've got docking approval as expected. He raises his eyebrows, noticing something in your face. Keep it together, alright? I've got this. I have a stick fight. He sighs and turns back to the controls. You feel the punch on your shoulder, and you look across the cockpit to see a grinning Eugen. Chin up, Sleeper. I'll keep you safe. He shoots a look at the back of Marco's head, no matter who comes for you. He winks and leans back in his seat. I trust you more than I trust Marco right now, Eugen, and I don't trust you a lot. There's a hollow rumble through the body of the freighter as Marco brings it into the dock. The noises of this drafty, more industrial ship differ to those of your rig, and you haven't quite got used to them yet. I just realised as well. Like, no, we're not on the rig, are we? We're not on our rig. I think we're on a different ship, right? Because we just got our rig painted so it stands out more. But like, if we were in a Solheim rig, would that be more suspicious? I don't know, did we get ourselves covered by having it painted to look bright blue and orange? I'm not sure. A squawk of noise over the comms sends Marco scrabbling at the controls to submit the docking code he was sent just moments before. There is an agonizing wait and then a chirp as the code is accepted. The freighter is docked. Alright, let me go out first, talk to the docker, start the unloading, and collect from receipt. Then you're good to go. Okay, I'll stay here. Marco nods. Alright, hold fast. And he glides out the cockpit without waiting for a response. You hold your nerve, looking out at the... You hold your nerve, and it kind of hurts. Looking at the flickering lights in distant traffic, the airlock clinks open and closed again. Time drags on. You turn your attention to the job ahead, seeing it stretched out in front of you. Dockside seems impossibly vast, too vast to find a specific person. But just to find a type of person, someone unhappy with Utsubo's gains, ready to risk their life to change this place and push to a point of desperation or anger, that might be a lot more doable. But first you must understand Utsubo, see how they run this place, where they meet, what they talk about, find where Utsubo is weakest, find where they can be broken. And think about the pressure that might be applied not just by you, but by all of Darkside. Eugene absentmindedly spins a metal bottle in the air, first one way then the other, the slap of metal in his hand echoing through the cockpit with each catch. Can you stop that? Sorry, he smiles. I prefer the doing stuff part of a job of waiting around. The airlock cycles once more, and moments later, Marco's in the cockpit, sweat beading on his brow. He takes a moment, his mood uncharacteristically flustered. Well, I bent the truth a little back there, but I think we're good. He runs a hand over his hair, slicking it back into place. Luckily, I've had a lot of practice lying to dock workers, he gives you a wink. They'll begin unloading later this cycle, and they won't be in a rush, he smiles. We have our time as promised. But the sun interjection evaporates any relief you feeling. Utsubo are watching these docks, that I know for sure. For now, we are just another freighter, but all our coming and going? That could be a problem, turns to you. We can try to disable their monitoring, or just get the job done before it becomes an issue. Why didn't you say anything earlier? I didn't know earlier, but we know now. Bullshit. I really do not trust this dude. Either way, we need to get on with what we are doing. Marco folds his arms. Utsubo are everywhere, but we need to understand them to know what is happening inside their organization. I got the feeling he's like a double agent and he's just gonna fucking sell us out. Like, that is the feeling in the pit of my heart right now. We slip under their skin and find out how they work. Marco looks to you. This is what I recommend. But now, Sleeper, it is your turn to lead. He folds his arms. Tell us where to begin. You feel the attention, the pressure shift to you. Time to find some allies. Time to find Utsubo's weakness. Time to stop running. Resist. Oh, I don't like any of this. This is a cool looking place, though. This is basically like... Okay. There's only a couple things we have right now. And this is our main one. Oh, I'm perfect for this bit. Okay. Docker debate. The fastest way to get information on Utsubo will be to cook up a conversation with the dockers. It's not exactly subtle, though. Eavesdropping, the safest way to investigate Washgate is by listening in to the dockers, but who knows if you'll get the information you need. Shore leave. The dock at Washgate is under Utsubo control, making it a solid place to start when trying to infiltrate their operations. Well, I've got the dice, I've got the Skittles. Fill the wrong one. And Eugene and Marco both have high dice, so I can use them both in the other one then. Yeah. That's not good. Sorry, Marco. Okay, this is going to guarantee us that we get it. Yeah, good. Eugene didn't get any stress, but Marco did. That kind of makes me a bit happy. Oh, I have a dock workers bar. Awesome. Alright. Steal passkey. The fastest and most dangerous way to get an entry cipher is to steal a physical passkey. First you need to find a mark. Extract cipher. Rather than steal a passkey wholesale, it might be safer to hack the personal slates of the dockers and extract enough data for a fake. Utsubo cipher. Many of the dockers are members of Utsubo, making this bar the perfect place to score an ID tool. I want to see what this is. The Rise Residential Tower. This is a highly dangerous, stressful situation. I feel like I'm going to lose another dice permanently if I fuck this up. Track enforcers. Utsubo enforcers aren't hard to spot, so with some patience and effort, following them will lead you to their meeting place. Hack Utsubo comms. To find the Utsubo safe house on the Rise, you'll need to monitor the network chatter between enforcers without being caught. Utsubo territory. You've heard the Rise is a hub for Utsubo operations and enforcers. You need to find where they meet. Okay, well... Oh, that's not good. Can I use anything here? No! Oh, it was a bad idea to bring Eugene then. Okay, well... I can't do anything here either. Cut connections. The fastest security way to disable surveillance is to cut wires until it goes offline, but which is cut. Hack surveillance. The Utsubo surveillance uses the dock's layer network. With some careful and delicate work, it could be disabled completely. Going dark. With Utsubo monitoring the docks, there's only a certain amount of time before they find you, unless you blind them. Well, I'm gonna have to hold off on that. I say we focus fully on the... on blinding them, on taking out the comms on this cycle. Because I think it'll give us a better chance. I've got some really good dice. Okay, I'm happy with that. But I can't do much else with it. What about here? Can I do anything here? Not exactly here? Also not exactly. I really should not have brought Eugen. You know... Oh, I don't want to risk it though. Okay, we should be alright. Just take this out and we might be okay. Okay, I think that's good. I think we're fine. I'm not guaranteeing it. And me and Marco can take care of this. Oh, well done, Marco. And it's really only me and Marco that can handle this as well. Oh, yeah, no. Bringing Eugen was not a good idea. I just wanted to cover all my bases for like any physical stuff, but like, no. Big dude's not being much use. Okay. Fantastic work, my boy. You leave Docker's Rest with the Utsubo passkey in hand, sure to get inside one of their safe houses. Now the trick is to find one. You make your way through the docks, head down in the dark passageways. Sleeper? Eugen's voice has a red nervous twinge to it. Marco's gone. Don't tell me I was right, game. Don't tell me I was right. Don't tell me that Marco's gonna, like... You know, I have a feeling as well, right? Because we've met Lane. Lovely fellow. You know, quite open about his tattoos, because I'm assuming that the Utsubo are basically this game's version of the Yakuza, right? And Marco, is completely covered, except for his head. I'm gonna guess he's got some tattoos, and he's with the fucking Utsubo. Oh boy. Pardon me. You stop in the dockside passageway you were drifting down. A quiet connection between you, two thoroughfares. You glance around at the loose bundles of wires and stained metal plates. It seems like a safe place to talk. He mentioned they had something to deal with, and then he left. Eugene shakes his head. Kicks off and ran out like Utsubo were about to put the door in. He paused for a moment, unsure how to react. What's going on? Not a clue, Eugene friend. I don't want to cast accusations, he pauses, but it seems like some sneaky shit to me. For once I agree with you. You take a moment. No need to panic. Marco brought you here. He'll get you out. You look down the corridor towards the busier, wider passage where people drift by. If he needed to deal with something, then, well, he needed to deal with something. It doesn't mean anything, but you sure as hell wish he had given you a warning. Surveilled and no short-handed, this job is going from bad to worse. Can I not get a replacement person? No? Oh no. So I have to deal with this on my own then. Ball honky. Okay. I'm sorry for my abrasive language there. And Eugene does have a 6. I've got to hope that my dice for this section are really are good. Okay. This is the best one we can do with Eugene. Okay, good, good, good. Also, did I say Marco when I'm referring to him? I meant to say Eugene. Sorry. We got a good roll out of it, though. So I'm happy with that. Oh. Fuck, okay. I do not trust my dice that well? Oh no. I can only hope for neutral. Okay, that's stressed to me, not to the Utsubo. That's fine, I'm fine with that. Okay, please. Please, please. Game, you're too kind. Utsubo entry, concealed entrance. We have the passkey. A simple door leads it down into what you suspect is an Utsubo safe house. All you need is the passkey cipher to enter. We got it. You use the passkey and the bolt thunks open. Time to go inside. The unmarked door slides open as you... dockside sprawling open station. I think I read that, like, way earlier. At the beginning of the game. The unmarked door slides open as you use the cipher. Beyond it, a dark tunnel descends, its roof a mess of bundled tubes and wires. Entering, you see a flickering light at its far ends, and hear the soft echo of raised voices. Eugene pats you on the shoulder. Into the snake's nest, he grins darkly. Let's see what they're plotting. You drift down the tunnel, keeping your limbs clear of the side, your passage through the air silent and gentle. You focus on the flickering light, the sound of voices growing ever louder. As you descend through the tunnel, you notice a small dark doorway, leading off before the tunnel reaches the bottom. You slow yourself gently, fingertips grazing the metal walls on either side. Glancing through, you see the doorway leads out onto a framework balcony high on the wall of some dark room. You glance down to the bottom of the tunnel and hear the voices rising in volume. Yeah, Eugene nods at the balcony. Let's keep to the shadows. You come out onto the balcony overlooking a dark cavernous room lit in patches with a bright area at the far end. It is filled with people. Utsubo enforcers and members, all facing forward, their floating bodies silhouetted by the pool of bright light ahead. And in that bright pool, two figures are arguing. I wonder if it's Lane and Marco! It makes fucking sense. You come to the edge of the balcony, a feeling of safety granted to you by both your elevation and the cover of darkness. Below, the entire room has its attention focused on the two figures in the pool of light. The watching audience keeping the dark perimeter as if they were observing a piece of theatre. You feel Eugene right beside you, his attention like yours on the scene below. Oren, burly Utsubo warden. These are my territories, you need to withdraw. One figure, their features harder to find in the pool of light, gestures at the other. There is no discussion to be had. Dachi. Okay, so I was wrong, it's neither of Lane and Marco, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were in cahoots. Dachi, a vicious Utsubo warden. The other figure laughs. You're pathetic, Oren. The wash kid is a joke, like you. He turns to the crowd and you see dark hair, dark eyes, and a smile like a slit. I thought it said like a smile like shit, and I was like, maybe. And this guy just looks greasy. He's got a good fashion sense, but he looks a bit greasy. The dark-haired figure addresses the gathered crowd. Oren makes nothing from the wash gate, all that freight, and he lets it slip by while he sucks up bribes. Jeering echoes around the crowd. He's stealing from you all. Daichi, you piece of shit. Oh, so it's Daichi, not Dachi. I think his like foot was covering one of the eyes. You piece of shit, Oren spits, a glinting orb zipping past the other man. You have no respect. A few of the crowd enter the fight before gathering behind one figure or the other. Barely more than an enforcer and already dictating terms. If you had any idea what was happening in the passages, you'd know we've been facing sabotage and resistance across the wash gate. Oren shakes his head. Utsubo's control is under question. Ah man, I will be back, I've really got to pee. I'm back, and I tie my hair back as well. Sabotage and resistance, you quietly log the remark in your mind. Those are the people you have to find. Daichi smokes in response. I still know how it is in the passages, but you are getting soft, Oren. He glances around. You can't deal with some angry shop owners. He makes a show of his mocking laugh. It's easy to mock, but they are organised, and I am close to rooting out their meeting places, Oren folds his arms. You wouldn't know where to start looking. If you say so, old man. In the end, it's only a matter of time before someone ambitious notices how weak you've become. Daichi draws a finger across his throat with a grin. The room erupts in shouts. Both sides call out insults, while others from the crowd air their own problems, some drifting into the light to heckle Daichi and Oren directly. Silence! A voice cuts through the room, raised above all others. The noise drops. You lean forward to get a better view. Ankita? What the fuck? Granted, I didn't take her... I didn't take her route in the previous game. But I don't think she mentioned anything about the fucking Utsubo. She got a haircut? No, she didn't get a haircut. It's tied back. Holy hell? It's good to see her again, but I didn't think she'd be working for the bad guys. A woman holds her muscled arms in the air, a wide, strong posture of control, not surrender. Both of you, she shakes her head, her long braids snaking through the air as she does. Enough. This is not how we do things. The chaos is replaced by a disgruntled muttering, no one voice willing to rise above the murmur. Daichi floats to one side, arms coolly folded, while Oren fumes opposite him, his hands in tight fists. So this is how the Starwood Ward conducts its business? She shoots hard looks around the room. Animals fighting over scraps. Rats fighting for scraps, aside from the gas from the tank. Left your pockets empty as they left to the bank. Change, we'll have to wait if we can't decide on a fate. Sorry. Ankita, or annoys Daichi as he speaks. Daichi is the one disrespecting their leadership and the trust they have placed in. I said enough. Your weakness does not impress me, Oren, she turns to Daichi, and neither does your petulance, Daichi. What are you calling weak, Ankita? Oren narrows his eyes. You may be Lane's favourite, but I have something that will change all that. He looks out over the heads of the crowd. Bring him. I just read a bit ahead. A figure is dragged into the circle of light, their head low, a greasy tangle of dark hair drifting over their face. They lift a hand and slink it back out of their eyes. Well, whoop-de-fucking do. Who could have called that? I mean, the game did telegraph it quite heavily, but still. Like, the moment I met Marco, I distrusted him. Fucking snake. You're a fucking snake, Marco. Marco, Eugene hisses from beside you as Marco's pale face catches the light gleaming with sweat. This one here has a very interesting story to share with us all. Oren gestures to the gathered crowd. I'm sure you're all aware of the bounty Lane has put on the head of a very valuable escaped sleeper and their accomplices. Well, Marco here tells me, he smiles at Marco, whose eyes are fixed forward squinting into the light, that same sleeper is, right now, on a freighter moored in the Washgate docks. A ripple runs through the gathered crowd. A reflection of the value of this information. You wonder how much cryo is on your and Seraphine's heads. Whatever it is, it's never enough. You look into Marco's eyes, attempting to see any indication of what this might be. A desperate bid to save himself, or a betrayal of everything you agreed upon? It's probably both. His set stare reveals nothing. Now, Lane himself will be returning in 3 cycles, and you can imagine how pleased he will be when I present the sleeper to him. Ankita says at Oren, "Look, honestly, I don't even want anything to do with Lane. All I've been doing is going around like cracking planets and like hacking stuff and like making money and just helping people. I have a cat on board. You don't want to hurt my cat. You don't want to hurt Viola, do you?" Ankita stares at Oren. "You had no business keeping this from me," she folds her arms. "I will be the one to bring the sleeper in." "Not so fast, Ankita." Oren turns to the gathered crowd. "The first of you to bring me the sleeper will be given a share of Washgate." He shoots a look across the circle of light. "That includes you, Daichi." The crowd erupts into shouts and movement. The assembled Utsubo members suddenly up and moving towards the doors. You push yourself into the corner of the balcony, tucking yourself into the shadows as you hear the tunnel filling with voices. There are shouts and scuffles, and you fear that any moment you'll be discovered. But as time passes, the noise subsides. You only open your eyes when the sound disappears altogether. The Utsubo members on their way to your freighter. The freighter that is supposed to take you off Darkside. You feel the panic rising. You are trapped here once more. Eugen's heavy hand falls on your shoulder. "We need to go, Sleeper." He guides you towards the doorway. "Couldn't agree more, mate." "I'm sorry I doubted you. You were absolutely right to not trust Marco." You were sent through the tunnel, silent, slow. Your eyes are on the entrance, hoping that no Utsubo member returns or enters. And then you are back out in the main passageway, blinking in the light of the fluorescent panels and gliding away from the entrance lost in days. Somewhere in the rise you eventually stop, not sure where you might be going, but needing to get away from what you just witnessed. Pardon me. You can't go back to the freighter, that much is clear, which means no supplies, no place to sleep. No cat as well, don't forget the cat. Then there's Marco. Was this always part of his plan, or is this just him in survival mode? Your mind fills the questions and worries, the path ahead unclear. "We need to find somewhere to hide out," Eugen interrupts your thoughts, idling behind you in the passage. "Until we can find a way off the station." His face is set in a grim frown, none of his usual human presence. "What do we do about Marco?" "What about him? That shithead sold us out," Eugen frowns. "You better hope our paths don't cross again." "Maybe he didn't have a choice." "What does it matter?" Eugen fumes. "He should have kept his mouth shut. Any of us would have." You are Eugen, remembering the first job you ran together and wondering how he would frame his own betrayal of Vesna. "That's true." But you push the thought away, knowing now is not the time for it. Can you really leave this place without Marco? How would Seraphim react? If he actually has been caught by Utsubo, can you forgive him for giving into the pressure? You struggle to gather the same anger towards him as Eugen, perhaps because you have been where Marco is now under Utsubo's control. What would you have done to escape? Who would you have given up? The big problem is how we get off this miserable station, Eugen cuts in. I don't suppose you have any tips from last time you did it? Well, last time it was kind of exploding. And Seraphim helped. Yeah, you think the last time you were here. The mad rush to the rig, barely conscious from the reboot, while Seraphim dragged you through the seemingly endless corridors of the station. Eugen sighs. Let's take it one step at a time. I'll find a unit we can squat. He drifts off down the passage, checking doors. You take a moment trying to find a focus. Maybe if you could find those resisting Utsubo, they could help you? Though you wonder if they ever existed at all, given that Marco was the one who reported their existence to you and Seraphim. Was this whole thing a ploy to collect the bounty? To bring you to Dockside? If you search out Marco, perhaps he can answer you, for better or worse. But then you recall Oren's words, sabotage and resistance. If that was an honest plea, then there is some truth in what Marco said. Utsubo is being resisted. You try to gather yourself, you have to bounce back to come up fighting. Otherwise, this place will drown you in its darkness.